Have you ever paused to realize how one small moment, a tiny misstep, can reshape your entire future? For countless older adults, a single fall isn't just a stumble. It can lead to weeks confined to a hospital bed, a long and painful road to recovery, or even the loss of cherished independence, and it doesn't arrive with flashing lights or loud alarms. It comes quietly, sometimes while stepping onto the porch or simply getting out of bed. But here's the truth. Walking doesn't have to feel risky. It doesn't have to be something you fear. Comment "I want to walk confidently" below if you're serious about your health. What if there were small, meaningful adjustments you could start today? No fancy machines, no costly gym visits, that would help you feel more secure, upright, and grounded every time you move. In this video, we're going to walk through 6 trusted techniques used by older adults across the country. These aren't fads, they're backed by professionals in physical therapy and senior care. And the beauty is, they're simple, doable, and deeply effective. By the end, you won't just know what these techniques are, you'll understand how they work and why they matter. So whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or well into your golden years, or you're here because you love someone who is stick with us, each of these tools is designed to help you stay steady, stand tall, and move with confidence in every step you take. Let's begin with the first one, a surprisingly powerful adjustment to where your eyes are when you walk. Let's talk about head position. It might seem too basic to matter, but where you're looking can completely change how your body holds itself. Imagine your head as the engine on a train. Where it leads, the whole body follows. Now here's what many people don't realize. Looking down constantly, especially out of habit or worry, actually throws off your balance. It seems like you're being cautious, but in fact you're making yourself more vulnerable to a fall. Here's why. When you tilt your head downward for too long, your shoulders follow, your back rounds, and your balance subtly shifts off center. You lose sight of what's ahead, and your posture becomes unstable. Instead, therapists often recommend what's called the forward gaze method. Focus your eyes about 10 to 15 feet ahead as you walk, not at your feet, only glance down when you absolutely need to. This keeps your frame aligned and your steps smoother. Take Martin, for instance, a 78-year-old former electrician from Ohio. He loved taking his morning strolls, but lately he'd felt wobbly, especially going downhill. After working with a local balance coach, Martin realized he was always watching his feet. Once he started keeping his chin up and eyes forward, his walk changed. His shoulders relaxed, his steps felt more natural, and the tension in his lower back eased. It was a small shift, but it made a big difference. When your head is in the right place, your entire body remembers how to walk tall again. When people think of balance, they usually think legs, knees, maybe shoes. But the real secret to staying upright often swings quietly at your sides, your arms. That's right, your arms are nature's built-in stabilizers. Every time you walk, they're supposed to move in harmony with your steps. And when they do, your whole body moves with more coordination, more calm, and much better control. It works like this. As your right foot steps forward, your left arm should swing ahead, and the reverse is true too. This simple crossing motion is like a dance your body remembers from childhood. It keeps your center stable, and your weight evenly spread. The problem? Many older adults slowly stop using their arms when they walk. Sometimes it's due to discomfort. Sometimes it's because of carrying things. But often it's fear. Fear of falling, fear of doing something wrong. When fear takes hold, we tense up, our arms go stiff. And without even realizing it, we lose that natural rhythm. That's what happened to Clara, a 79-year-old former librarian from Georgia. After a tumble in the hallway, she started using a cane, but even with it, she felt off balance. Her therapist noticed something right away. Clara wasn't swinging her left arm anymore. It just stayed locked in place, gripping the cane. With a few weeks of gentle practice, Clara was guided to keep her cane on one side while allowing her free arm to move again. It felt awkward at first, but soon she noticed the change. "It's like my walk came back to life," she said. Her body stopped overcorrecting, her balance improved, and she began to feel like herself again. So what's the lesson? Don't freeze up. Let your arms do what they were made to do. Keep your elbows relaxed, your hands easy, and allow a soft swing with each step. You're not marching, just gliding forward with balance. Even if one arm is a little stiff or sore, use the other. One arm swinging is better than none. Let the rhythm return. It's one of your body's oldest instincts. If you're still with us, comment 2 below to let me know you're here and engaged. Your presence means so much, and I'd love to know which habit or idea is making the biggest impact on you so far. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss what's ahead, because there's more to come that could change the way you walk forever. Walking might seem automatic. It's something we've done our whole lives. But over time, especially with age, even our steps can quietly shift into patterns that make us less stable without us even realizing it. One of the most overlooked changes: how our feet hit the ground. Many older adults start walking flat-footed or even landing on their toes first, and that shift, subtle as it is, can increase the risk of stumbling. Here's what's supposed to happen. A healthy walking pattern begins with the heel touching the ground first. Then the weight rolls through the middle of the foot, ending with a push-off from the toes. This heel-to-toe movement does more than look smooth. It actually reduces joint stress, keeps your posture aligned, and helps prevent toe catching on rugs, thresholds, or uneven walkways. But why do so many people start shuffling? For some, it's stiff joints. For others, it's the muscle memory of avoiding pain or fear of falling. The irony is that shuffling, meant to feel safer, actually increases the risk of trips. That's exactly what happened to George, a 74-year-old who loved tending to his backyard plants. After tripping a few times on his porch step, he realized he was barely lifting his feet. George met with a rehab specialist who showed him how to reset his stride. Holding on to the edge of the kitchen sink, he practiced walking in place, making sure his heel landed first, then rolling through to his toes. At first it felt strange, but week by week, his movements became stronger and more fluid. His balance improved. His knees didn't ache as much, and most importantly, his confidence came back. You can try a similar exercise yourself. Walk barefoot across a soft towel laid out on the floor. Focus on each part of your foot touching down in order: heel, arch, toes. It might feel new at first, but this kind of intentional practice teaches your body the pattern again. Over time, your brain and your muscles begin to remember, and your steps become smoother, safer, and more natural. This small shift, just adjusting how your foot lands, can quietly restore stability in the way you move through the world. And you may not even notice how much better it feels until you've done it for a while. That's the beauty of walking with intention. It teaches your body how to protect itself again, one step at a time. Sometimes the simplest ideas are the ones we overlook, like how long your steps are when you walk. It might sound too basic to matter, but the size of your stride has a powerful effect on your balance, especially as you age. In our younger years, taking long, confident strides was a symbol of energy. But in our later years, those same long steps can become a hidden hazard. Here's why. When you stretch your foot too far ahead of your body, your weight shifts backward without you realizing it. That throws your balance off and increases the pressure on your joints, especially in your knees and hips, and worse, it reduces your ability to respond quickly if something unexpected happens, like a change in the surface or a slight bump in your path. Now here's the good news. Shorter steps actually help your body stay aligned. When your stride is more compact, your weight stays directly over your feet. This helps you stay more grounded, more stable, and quicker to react. You're not sacrificing speed, you're gaining control. Think about how little kids walk when they're learning. Small steps, steady pace, arms out for balance. They're not worried about getting somewhere fast. They're focused on staying upright. And that's a lesson worth revisiting. Take Richard, for example, a retired mail carrier in his early 80s. He was proud of staying active, often walking around his neighborhood at a brisk pace. But after 2 close calls, one on his driveway and another in the grocery store, he began to rethink his stride. With the help of a local fitness coach, Richard learned to shorten his steps just slightly and increase his rhythm. He didn't slow down, he moved smarter. And since making that adjustment, he hasn't had a single fall. Here's something simple you can do at home. Time yourself walking across a room and count your steps. Then try again with slightly smaller steps and see if your step count increases. That's a good sign you're staying close to your center and using more control. And if you use a cane or a walker, the same principle applies. Don't push it far out in front of you. Keep it close. Keep it steady. Let your stride stay short and centered. If you're still with us, comment 4 below to let me know you're watching. These details may seem small, but your attention to them means everything. Each step, each habit, it's all part of protecting your freedom, your health, and your independence. When we think of walking safely, our minds go straight to our legs. Strong calves, steady knees, firm feet. But what many people overlook is that true balance doesn't start at the ground, it starts at your center. Your core is the secret foundation of every confident step you take. And no, we're not talking about six-pack abs. We're talking about the deep stabilizing muscles in your belly, back, and hips that quietly hold you upright as you move through the day. When your core is weak, your whole body feels the strain. You might start leaning forward more, your back may ache, and your legs have to overwork just to keep you steady. And when all those muscles are out of sync, even a small stumble can turn into something more serious. But here's the good news. You don't need to spend hours at the gym or do anything complicated to build a stronger center. Simple actions are enough. While standing near a counter or sturdy chair, try lifting one foot just an inch off the ground and hold it for 5 seconds. Then switch. That small moment of balance activates your core muscles and trains your brain to adjust. Or as you brush your teeth or make a cup of tea, gently pull your belly button toward your spine for a few seconds, then release. These micro movements build strength over time, quietly, effectively, and safely. Let me share the story of Judith, an 81-year-old grandmother from Oregon who started doing these tiny balance drills while waiting for her coffee to brew. At first, it felt silly, too small to matter. But after just a few weeks, she noticed she wasn't wobbling on her morning walks anymore. "It's like my body remembered how to hold itself together," she said with a grin. Her posture improved, and so did her peace of mind. That's the power of core strength. You're not doing these exercises to look younger. You're doing them to feel stronger, to move with more intention, and to protect the freedom you've worked so hard for. So don't write off your core as something that doesn't matter in your 70s or 80s. It might just be your greatest ally in staying steady. Every time you engage your core, even for a few seconds, you're making a deposit in your balance bank, and those deposits add up. You'll begin to notice that daily movements, reaching, turning, even standing, feel easier. That's not luck. That's wisdom in action. One of the most surprising reasons older adults fall isn't what you'd expect. It's not always about loose rugs or lack of strength. It's the moment when your brain doesn't fully catch up with what's under your feet. As we get older, our ability to quickly adjust to small visual or surface changes slows down. Something as simple as moving from carpet to tile or stepping from shadow into sunlight can cause your balance to hesitate just enough to throw you off. Why does that happen? Because every shift, texture, lighting, temperature sends different signals to your body. And if your attention is elsewhere, your step might not land where you thought it would. That's why experts suggest a surprisingly easy fix. Name the surface. That's right. As you move through your home or outdoors, quietly say the surface you're stepping on. Wood, rug, tile, step up. This small verbal cue brings your focus back into the moment and gives your body a second to respond. Peter, a 79-year-old widower from Minnesota, started doing this after nearly slipping in a hospital hallway with high-gloss floors. Now, every time he moves from one surface to another, he quietly names it to himself. He says it helps him feel like he's one step ahead of the floor, rather than surprised by it. It's a trick that gives his body time to adjust and, more importantly, gives his mind peace. Also, watch out for shiny floors or deep contrasts in lighting. Reflections or shadows can fool your eyes and make a flat surface look uneven. And if you wear bifocals or progressive lenses, take special care when stepping off curbs or navigating stairs. Your depth perception can be slightly distorted, making it harder to judge exactly where the ground begins. Awareness isn't just a safety skill, it's a habit of strength. It trains your mind and body to work together again. And the more intentional your steps become, the more confident you'll feel. This isn't about moving slowly, it's about moving smart. It's about reclaiming your power, one thoughtful step at a time. If you're still with us, please comment 6 below. That small gesture tells me you care about your health, your independence, and your future. And if this video helped you in any way, please consider liking it, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with someone you love. Your support helps us continue creating content that protects and empowers older adults like you. Getting older often brings with it an invisible weight. Fear. Fear of falling. Fear of slowing down. Fear of losing the ability to rise again. But here's the truth. You are not fragile. You are learning, adapting, and taking ownership of your steps. These 6 walking strategies aren't about perfection. They're about progress. They're small tools with big results, and when practiced consistently, they remind your body of what it's always known, how to move with grace, control, and purpose. So tell us in the comments which habit spoke to you most today. Is there one you'll try during your next walk? Your insight might inspire someone else. Thank you for spending this time with us. We are honored to be part of your wellness journey. Stay steady, stay strong, and remember, every step forward is an act of courage.